Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Joel. I'm now a nurse graduate from Imperial Valley College and currently working in the ER as an RN. And for today's video, it's going to be answering your Q&As about me. Now, I remember I made this video promise probably like a couple of weeks back, but I never really did the post on Instagram. So now I did it. I use like the NGL website or app that people are able to send like questions anonymously, so that way like there's no filter on anything they want to ask and they don't feel judged by me or whatever. So let me just share the screen of my phone. So whenever you see gray, it means like I opened it, and when it's not gray, it means I haven't opened it, obviously. So towards like the beginning, I was like, oh, like let's see like what type of questions they're bringing, and towards the end, I thought, oh shit, I thought about what if I just like open them like right on the spot on the video, so it doesn't seem like I practice on the questions or something. Like I thought of what I was gonna say. Like I wanted it to be like completely transparent in order for you to feel more in touch with me, like more personal, I guess. So yeah, let's get right to it. So let's go with the first one from the very bottom. What music do you listen to? Like if I'm at the gym, like hard-styled music, I like that. Like with Dragon Ball Z, I don't know if you guys like tried that, like Dragon Ball hard-style music, or hard-style with like a mixture of songs like House of Memories, Outside, but yeah, like stuff like that. I like the type of music. If I'm chilling, like it depends. Luis Miguel, I like that, like pretty good music. Andrea Bocelli, I like that. 30 Seconds to Mars, The Killers, Uprising, like Muse and all that songs. Bad Bunny lately because I went to the concert with my girlfriend recently. But I don't have really like a specific genre. If I'm studying, I use like my Let's Study Together playlist, the one I have on Spotify, link in the description. But yeah, other than that, you know, I really don't mind. It really depends like where I'm at or what I'm doing, where like the music is gonna go into effect. But it's not like I have like a particular type of genre that I prefer. AC/DC, it was one of like the best songs I like listening to when I'm in the car or something. But yeah, Cuando un OnlyFans. We're gonna skip that. If I was like a really good bodybuilder or something, then maybe, but nah. Biggest red flags for a girl, I guess not wanting to pay anything at all. For me, that's a really red flag. It really depends though, because it's like a controversial topic, right? Like there's a lot of guys like don't want girls to pay for meals or for coffees or whatever, but with me, it's not because of the money. It's not because like I want to save my money or something, but it's just like the feeling of trying. So whenever I feel like a girl is trying, it's like she actually wants to make a contribution in the relationship other than emotions. So whenever she tries to pay for something, it makes me feel like I'm worth her time. You know, kind of like that. It's not like I'm paying for her time, because that's how I feel. And like whenever I'm buying everything all the time, it's like I'm paying for her time with food or with drinks or whatever, you know. So it feels really nice when it's like vice versa. And it doesn't need to be always 50-50, like 70-30 or 60-40. I guess I'm okay with that. It's never gonna be 50-50 ever. But yeah, like those would be like really red flags, and like very prideful in the sense that you cannot critique anything that she does or anything. In a good way, you know, like constructive criticism, like they don't tolerate that, so that'll be like another red flag, because they made it seem like they're perfect already and they're like 10 out of 10, but then they also believe like there's room for improvement for them. But it's like if you're a 10 out of 10, like, it doesn't make sense. So not being like humble enough to like listen to others and get their opinions, that's another one. And I think those are like the biggest red flags that I can just think of right now. But yeah, really big issue. And also I guess like I don't want to say like not humble, because that's like very broad, but I'll say like she likes bragging too much about anything. Like that for me is like nah. So yeah, those would be like my biggest red flags. Your celebrity crush. Celebrity? I don't know. When I was a kid, it was like Selena Gomez. But now, I don't know. And then I guess like when I got to be like in the high school years, it was like Scarlett Johansson, like from Black Widow. But recently, I don't know. I don't think I have one, to be honest with you. Like crush? No, not really. So, yeah, we'll leave it like that. I guess if you guys want to still go with the Scarlett Johansson, but nah. But, well, what is your view towards religion? I asked because I see pictures of Mary in your videos. Well, with religion, I guess I got more close to it in 2020. But I've always been like religious in the aspect that I was always in the Catholic Church. My parents were like the parents that would go like every Sunday as a family, but then like I didn't want to go. Then I got to be like an altar server, like the kids there up there with the priest helping them and everything with the celebration. And I got to be like the coordinator since like I was there since I was like 12. And then I got to be like the coordinator when I was like 16. And then until like 2020, that's when I began like really paying a lot of attention. I think I was like 19 or 20 there, and the kids were like 12, like from 9 to like 16, and I really wanted to see like their view towards like their religion, like why they're doing the things they do. And when I saw like they really didn't know much, that's when I really like studied a lot, so I can like be a role model for them, and they can actually learn what their religion is about, and not just about like following the things that my grandparents or my parents taught me, but I don't really know the reason why we're doing that type of tradition. But I consider myself like a good Catholic. You know, I confess myself every 2 months, like confession, the sacrament of confession. I take the Eucharist whenever I can, and I feel my relationship with God is pretty good. And yeah, you know, just. And I guess like confession is a really good metric also for forgiveness, the one, and the other one for like just self-reflection, because it's pretty much like you analyzing everything that you've done and then asking for forgiveness, so that really helps with like calming down and everything. But yeah, I feel like I'm good. I don't feel I'm the best or I'm one of the greatest, but I feel that my actions, for the most part, really reflect my religion. Okay. How is working in the ER? Any stories? It's cool. It's tiring. But any stories? I got like from my patients, I already got like a patient that passed away, but she was already like downhill. Like they were just waiting for the time where she was gonna pass away. So it was just like a matter of time. I remember like I got a report, and then 20 minutes later, like she was gone. But like really tragic, like gunshot wounds. I haven't seen any gunshot wounds or any stabs. I've seen more like heart attacks, like STEMIs or like non-STEMIs. But you know, it's like a certain algorithm that you do that it's like, I don't know, like it's really not like a really big deal. There was one cool one that there was like, the guy fell from a ladder and it was like 10 feet, and he landed on his foot. So literally like the ankle was like on like towards the left, like it was broken almost completely, and the doctor like put it back in place, and then he was sent to a different hospital in San Diego, I think like orthopedic, but I don't remember what hospital was it. But yeah, other than that, like pulmonary embolisms, I guess. I don't know, but for the most part, it's been pretty chill. a lot of like UTIs, a lot of like pyelonephritis, a lot of like diverticulitis, Crohn's, shortness of breath, like oxygen therapy, like albuterol, ipratropium, stuff like that. But not really like a like kind of like how you see in the movies or in TV shows, or at least not here in the valley. Maybe if I go to San Diego or something like that, then it's gonna get like that. But yeah, not a lot of them. How big is this transition between student to nurse? Right now I'm finishing my orientation, so I have like a nurse looking over me like from the far, and if I have any questions. But it is a really big transition for charting wise, because when you're a student, you do chart, but not as much. But yeah, like overall, it feels, I guess like it feels more pressure now that you have your license, because when you're a student, you're like, man, like whatever. You're not working, you don't have a license, you're working under like whatever nurse you're assigned to, so they're the ones to worry about, not really you. But when you have the license, it really depends also what you're doing. But overall, it feels a little bit better because I feel like I have certain control, certain power. Not like a student that you feel like there. And exciting for the most part because like you are the one taking care of that patient. Like it's not like as a student nurse, like you're not shadowing the nurse that you're assigned to, but you're not doing like the complete care, I guess. And once like you have like that patient that's yours literally, like you're responsible for everything, which could be like a really, really good thing or a really bad thing, but I guess but I guess just that, just like the big responsibility I guess then you now have, but that's what you've been training for, so it doesn't feel bad or as traumatic. But I do feel like imposter syndrome or like low-key panic attacks here and there. I'm like, oh god, like what am I doing? But yeah, let's see. What is the schedule of your week? Any hobbies? I go to school Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays, and then I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. Sunday is off completely, and that's pretty much it. I go to school those 3 days. I work 3 days, and then in that middle, I try to be a boyfriend and a good son and a good friend overall. And have a gym life, I guess. It's really hard to balance all of that, but I'm getting there. Any hobbies? I'm getting back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Add more things on my list. Pokemon too. So yeah, and competitive play. Like I already spent. My girlfriend bought me like cards for Yu-Gi-Oh! So that was like $30, and then I had to get like other cards, and that was like $125. And then for Pokemon, I think I spent like $200 maybe, or like $180, kind of like that. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go to tournaments or something like over the weekend or weekends. But it depends, because sometimes like they start really early and I need to be like kind of late. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and YouTube videos and running my website for nurse. It's a lot of things. Let me see. How much student debt do you have? I have no student debt, nothing at all scholarships, which is nice. How much do they pay you to be in ER? So the rate is $34 where I'm at, but that's as an RN, because once you're an intern, I think it was like $29.40, something like that. And then once you get your RN, it goes to $34, and then once you get your bachelor's, it's $36, and I think that's how it stays. But it depends, because there's another hospital here in the valley, and they just got like a $8 like boost per hour. So it doesn't mean like that's how they get paid like here in the valley. Depends. It also depends like if you're working in the prison. I think they earn like 40-41 an hour. But yeah, I really don't know about like clinics, like outpatient clinics and stuff like that. But yeah, but like in San Diego, like they earn around like $50 or $60. starting. But that's in you. But yeah, that's how I'm earning right now. I work 3 days a week, 36 hours, the 12-hour shifts for 3 days, so 36, and then you get paid twice, bi-weekly. So yeah. Have you cried yet? Like, of school? No. Of being a nurse in general? Yes. Yes. Not. I think only once I did low-key cry about like I could have done something different with my patient, and then other times where like their stories like they just open up and they're really sad, and I tend to cry like after I get out of their room. I don't try and cry with them there, but yeah, some of the stories are like really sad, and it gets worse whenever they're crying too. So let's go for another question. Any books we recommend? The Courage to Be Disliked is one of the best books I've read so far. The Courage to Be Disliked, Atomic Habits. What's another one? The David Goggins one, the one that's like, I don't remember the name, like Don't Hurt Me, Doesn't Hurt Me, something like that. Forgot the name. Really tired. Can't Hurt Me. Can't Hurt Me. That was a really good book too. Master Your Emotions. It's another one that I really liked. I guess like those are like the top books that I would recommend. Pretty good for mental health. What type of Catholic do you think you are? I didn't know there were types of Catholics, but I guess the one that acts like they believe in God. And that's what like something that I've been having in my head for a while, because I really feel there's a difference between you believing in God, like saying it, versus you acting upon it. Because you can say that you believe in God and then do completely the opposite, but then say like, oh, but I love God. And I feel like that's like, it could be like a double-edged sword at the same time that you can say like, I love my wife, I love my girlfriend, but you cheat on them. But you're like, no, but I love them. But it's like, I don't know, man. And you know, like the saying that they say, like, actions speak louder than words. So if your actions don't reflect upon it, it really doesn't matter what you say. So if what you say and what you do are two different things, then you're not saying the truth. Like, because you're not showing it. But if what you're saying and what you're doing are the same, then it makes sense. And people will believe you. So, but yeah, like that's pretty much how it is. So I feel like I am a practicing Catholic in the sense that I do the rosary at least like once a week, even though it should be a little bit more. I am very thankful every day when I wake up. I have my alarm like at 6 a.m. and then like 6:03. So like those 3 minutes I can just like thank God of like me waking up and then living another day and going from there. And whenever I'm around in my day, I'm just like really thankful with God about like the life that I've gotten so far and for all the blessings. And whenever I'm in church, like whenever it's time for the Eucharist, the consecration and everything, like I feel really happy because he's about to come, literally. So yeah, it feels really nice. I like it. And whenever I'm confessing myself for my sins and everything, like I really open up a lot. And my confession like normally is like around like 30 minutes, and I cry a lot because I do understand what the faults that I've done and the work I have to put in, but I'm also happy of like God's forgiveness and like me opening my eyes every time I go there, so I can catch like something new that I can work on. And then I also go to like adoration. I don't know if that's how you say it in English, but it's kind of like a little space that you have. Some Catholic church have it, and some of them like have like specific times where the others like 24 hours. So you go there and then you see God literally there, literally like he's there, not like in the presence, like in the environment, like no, like he's physically there, like you can see him, by like the holy bread and everything, like you can see him. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, then it's probably gonna be a video for later. But yeah, normally I'm there like 30 minutes. I go there like every week, 30 minutes roughly, and I just talk with God, and it's pretty good for meditation overall. And I have it here on Instagram. Like if you see like one of my stories, like it has like a little church symbol and then like a heart. That's pretty much it. So yeah, you know, but there's always room for improvement. A lot. Any plans in the future towards life? Well, finishing my bachelor's is one that hopefully should be done by next August. PA school, that'll be nice. MP school, that'll be nice. One university will be like United States University. I like that one. Pretty good. Just working in the ER. I don't know if I'm gonna be married in the next like 2 years, but I do want to get married before the age of like 27. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry, my dad called me. Let me just try and put it here again. But yeah, like that's pretty much it so far. But I don't know. Hopefully MP. I don't know if like FMP obviously, but I don't know if I want to get like a doctorate right away. But yeah, just living life, I guess. I want to get a car that I can drive on the same line by itself. That's all I want. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all the plans I have right now. When is the wedding? Any plans? No. Like wedding plans? No, we don't have that. I've been with my girlfriend for 3 months and it's been really good and I love her so much. But no, we haven't thought about a wedding or anything. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that. Do you want to have kids? Yeah, I do. The most I want is 3 and at least 2, because 1 is like nah, and 4 is way too much. So I guess 3 is a good number. What is your view towards pro-choice and religion? I think I already touched that topic. I don't feel you can mix those. Really, no. You can look at it from whatever you want. You really can't. But again, like, it depends what type of religion you are, because if you're like a Catholic, I guess I like to separate between like social Catholic versus practicing Catholic. So social Catholic for me will be like going more towards funerals, baptisms, confirmations, then making you like a I don't know how we say it in English, but like their godparent, I guess. And you have no idea what the hell that means, but they just go towards like special like quinceañeras or sweet 16s, weddings, and that's it. You know, but other than that, or like Easter and just like Christmas, like you just go to like the big days and that's it. That for me will be considered like a social Catholic. So it really depends like what type are you and how you take it. You just believe and that's it and you just do whatever you want. Because I guess like that's like the gray area where you can have like I'm Catholic or I'm Christian, but I believe in pro-choice and all these other stuff. So yeah. Favorite horror movie? Horror, I guess, would be like The Conjuring 2, or no, Conjuring 1. I think that'll be like the best one. And Black Phone, that's also really good, but that's not horror. That's like more like thrilling. But yeah. Greatest fear? Greatest fear? Oh. I guess one is like drowning. I guess that's one for me. Or like being like in the ocean in the dark. I'll be like bad. But I don't know, like one biggest fear, like I don't know. Not sure, really. How many relationships have you been in? I've been in 3, counting this one. 3 relationships. Any favorite authors? Authors? James Clear from Atomic Habits. Jordan Peterson. The 12 Rules for Life was a really good book. but it's like a really like big book that like sometimes I feel like it deviated, and it was like my first like nonfiction book, so I think that was like a rough start, but I liked it and the lessons and everything. So, but Jordan Peterson, especially in his podcast or whenever he's like getting interviews like on YouTube, like you really like his mentality and like how he portrays concepts. So yeah, I'll go with Jordan Peterson, James Clear, and I guess that's it. Yeah, but if it's like authors of like poetry or stuff like that, like I don't even do poetry or anything, but I remember like in high school there was like this Hispanic one, like Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz. I like that one, like her views. And Alfonsina Storni, which is I think she was like Argentinic, and I remember like I did like my AP exam comparing those two. So Sor Juana was more like man, who the hell are you to criticize women, and Alfonsina Storni was like almost the same, but there was like one specific poem called "Tu me quieres gasta" or "Tu me quieres alba," something like that. Like, you want me white. It's saying like you want me pure, and complaining or just saying that like men want the purest of women, perfect and everything, but the men are not perfect and they don't try to be perfect, or they don't try to cleanse themselves from their sins or anything, but they want like the holiest girl, and they're like devils. So once you purify yourself and once you do all these stuff, then you can ask for a woman like that. So I like the main concept of that poem, saying that do not portray anything to a woman that you wouldn't do yourself. So that's pretty good. And I learned that in high school, and I remember I did my AP exam on that, like comparing those two. I passed the AP exam. So that was pretty good. How many hours of sleep you get last night? So if it's like a work night, I normally get like 7-ish, low 7s. But six hours more than likely. I do like 6 hours and a half. But yeah, right now it's like 9:44, and tomorrow I work again. So, but yeah, like 6-7 hours. And if it's like days that I don't go to work, that I can actually like sleep, I normally sleep like around like 7 hours and a half, almost 8. Are you always happy? No. No. But you feel normal. Like feeling happy, like happiness, and like whenever like you get a surprise or whenever like something really good happens, that type of feeling. And no, I'm not always like that, and it's impossible to be like that all the time. But I am grateful and I feel blessed all the time. That, yes. And I guess therefore you can say I'm happy, but I don't feel like that feeling of happiness. I feel normal. But yeah, like most of the time, like whether I'm happy or not, I still have to do the things I have to do. So it really doesn't matter at the end of the day how I feel. It has to be done. So that's it on that. How are you doing? I guess I'm doing well. I can't complain really. But very tiring, demanding, not just work, but just like different parts of my life. Trying to always stay together, you know, like not break or anything. But I just hope it gets better overall with everything that's been going on. I guess I'm doing alright. Do you believe in God? Yes, I do. Is there a big difference between believing in God versus acting you believe in God? I literally just what the hell? Yeah, I feel like whenever you just say that you believe in Him, it really depends. Like, what do you mean by belief? Just saying the words or actions? Like with Abraham did not just say he believed in God. He did a lot of stuff that maybe you and I would like not do, but he did it because he believed in Him. So I really feel like whenever you say like I believe in something, it's like a big folder or a big binder that you open up, and then you have like a lot of things that you have to do in order to prove that you believe. But just saying, oh, I believe, and that's it, and just do whatever you want, no. And I do understand people, like Christians, that believe like that, because it's easier for them. You know, it's easier for me just to say I believe in God and not get baptized and criticize the whole world and not forgiving my neighbor and not believing in the sacrament of confession, not believing in the Eucharist, and eating his body and drinking his flesh, because that sounds weird. And I can remarry as many times as I want, and yeah, like stuff like that. And like, I understand how for them it could be easier, because following rules are not things that people like to do. People don't like to be told what to do. Even though God wanted it one way, you're like, no, I want it like this, but I still believe in you. It's like, what the hell? So it's a really big disaster. But I really feel like whenever you act like you believe in God, it's like you're actually doing actions, and you really mean those actions, and portraying to the world that you believe in God. Having preachers up there with megaphones and telling you that God loves you, and telling you about the Bible and stuff, like, for me, I feel that that's like trash. But whenever the way that you act, the way that you are with people, the way that you treat your patients, the way that you treat homeless people, the things that you do without other people noticing, that's how they're going to see the good in the people. That they're going to believe that there's good out there. And yeah, so really big difference between acting and saying. When will you continue with the podcast? Dude, I know. I think we haven't uploaded since like June, I think. It's been like 4 or 5 months. It's ridiculous. Hopefully soon. Hopefully. I'm sorry. What is the meaning of life? Damn, with these questions. What is the meaning of life? I don't know. If you want my non-spiritual answer, I guess it would say trying to do the right thing. And I guess like that varies with people. But I guess my religious answer would be I guess like know God, love him with all your heart, and show to others that you love him based on your actions, so other people can also love him. And be like a good tool for other people to use to feel better and brighten up their day. Because at the end of the day, with me at least, like I feel like whenever I help people, when I really help them, like it feels like that day was a good day. Because I changed somebody's world. And by changing one world, you change the whole world. I remember who said that. I think it was like, I remember who said it, but I remember it was some celebrity. So I like that quote. So yeah, that's my answer. How do you feel about religion in schools? I feel they should contemplate it. Yes, they have to. I feel they need to put religion somewhere in the school system. But there's like a lot of snowflakes out there that they really get offended by everything, that you really can't do anything. But I really feel like they need to have like that connection, or at least that introduction with God, or like what is God and stuff like that. I really feel it's needed. Like kids are really losing themselves, and they don't even know what's their purpose or like what they want to do. And that's really scary. What the hell is the Eucharist? I don't know if I spelled it right. Eucharist. Sounds about right. So in the Catholic religion, we are convinced that in the sacrament of the Eucharist, the priest can change the bread and the wine and converting it into the literal presence of God. So he, whenever, if you have been like in the Eucharist, in a Catholic Mass, the priest has his hands up, and then he puts his hands over the table, I guess, like if the table's here, like he puts his hands over here, and you have here like the goblet, I guess, or the chalice, and then you have like bread here. So he's converting it, and then there's like little bells that ring, and then people kneel down. The reason why they're kneeling down is because God is there. like literally, because the priest is now converting. Well, not like the priest himself, but it's like he's converting the essence that he has there, and now it's changed into the body and the blood of Christ. So now it's incorrect to call it bread and wine, even though it might look like bread and wine, and even though if you use a microscope, you're still gonna look at bread and wine. But the fundamental essence changed that you cannot see, like visually, which is weird, and it's really hard to explain just like that. But it's not correct to say like, oh, it's bread and wine after the consecration. Now that is changed into the actual blood of Christ and the body of Christ, and once you consume it, you are one with him as he's one with the Father, which is stated like in the Bible. And probably I can put like some verses here where he talks about like, you need to eat meat, like you literally have to eat meat, and if you don't eat meat, you don't have life in you. And people look at it as a symbolic way, like a lot of Christians, and I can see the angle. But the people that he's talking to in that John 6, they're not taking it as a symbolic. They're really being like they're taking his word by how it is, because Jews couldn't eat anything with blood. And when he was saying like, you need to eat my flesh and drink my blood, they were like, what the hell? Like, they did not think it was like a symbolic view, like, oh, accept Jesus Christ. It's like, no, like they didn't think about it. They really thought he meant like eat and drink his blood and eat his body, and they left him. Nobody stayed with him except for the apostles. So it's a really hard teaching, and even the people there were saying like, how, like, this is a really hard teaching, like how can we accept this? But even Jesus was not surprised by their reactions. They're like, why are you surprised? So it's a really hard teaching, but once you really understand the essence and the meaning of the Eucharist and the tradition that it's been having in the church since Jesus all the way to the present, and the authority that it has, you're gonna be like, damn, like who wouldn't want that? Like if you're a believer in Christ, who wouldn't want to be one with him? That's like the ideal goal, literally. So it's a really hard teaching just to implement, just like out of the blue. Like it's not like an easy concept to understand, but once you see the tradition of how it's been portrayed for years from the apostles, and the apostles have wrote letters, the apostles has successors, or like Padawans, however you want to see it, and they wrote letters about it, but it's not like Bible, obviously, but it's like, you can look it up, like how long has this teaching been going on, and it's like back like 100 years, 200 years, really back. So if the apostles are pushing that, and the successor of the apostles are pushing that, and it's been going on for thousands of years to the present, and now out of a sudden in the 1600s people start saying, oh no, it's symbolic, it's not what it is, it's like, why would you want to do that? Like for me, it doesn't make sense, because I feel like you cannot get any more intimate relationship with God than consuming his body and his blood. There's no other way. So it's a really sacred and holy, the most holiest of holy thing that we have here, and that's what Jesus wanted. He wanted us to eat them, and it sounds really weird when you just say it like that, and I understand, but yeah. And I guess if I had to guess, like, why, I would feel because, like, we are touchy beings, in the sense, like, if you want to have a relationship with someone, like an intimate relationship, you need to touch them, like their arms or their hands, and go from there. Like, and even like the sexual act and everything, like you want to have like that intimate relationship with them in order for you to fully feel connected. But you just being like 6 feet apart and just like there, like not really touching, like you're not gonna feel that intimate connection with them, especially like with babies. And it has been seen, like if it's like failure to thrive if you don't like do like skin to skin contact and stuff like that, you know, you have to do it. So I feel that with the Eucharist, having his flesh and then touching our flesh, like that is making our bond stronger with them. And yeah, but like a lot of Catholics don't even really understand what is the Eucharist, or maybe this is the first time, like with this video, they know about it, and they're probably gonna research it. Or maybe a Christian, if you're a Christian, you're probably gonna research upon it. It's because like I want to have like a really close, intimate relationship with God. Like obviously, like why wouldn't I? So yeah, but then again, it's like changing your views a little, because if your family's one way and you want to switch a little, then they're going to be against you. But then again, it's like, are you following your parents or are you following God? So I think that's how I view it, but whatever. Have you ever felt like you just want to stop and cry? Yeah. Yeah, it's been times. I'm gonna lie. The past month, probably like 4 times. I'm gonna lie. How is it like working in the R as an RN? It's cool. I like it. Fast pace, cool learning curve that is going on there. But yeah, I like it overall. Really nice people that I've been working with, and the staff is really nice. Hoyle RN, can you believe it? Yeah, I think I can. Yeah. Maybe because like the years didn't go by really fast. It went on their pace. So it doesn't feel like, oh, like I opened my eyes now and there's like, oh hell no. It felt horrible. How is your relationship with going? Is she also religious like you? My relationship luckily is going very well. I love her very much, and I have it right here actually. This is a little portrait that she gave me for our 3rd month together. So this was me in graduation, and there's her. She also has a similar one, but it's like from that same day, but it's a different picture. And I have it with me. But yeah, she's amazing. I love her so much. She's finishing microbiology at UC Riverside, and she's thinking about going to PA school, but she's still thinking about it. But whatever she does, like, she'll be doing amazing. She's a really, really smart girl. Like really, really smart. But yeah, she's also Catholic, and actually when we went to see Bad Bunny and everything, like that Sunday we went to church together. That was really cool. I had never gone, now that I think about it, I never gone with a girlfriend to a Catholic church before. That's interesting. Wow, I never saw it like that. That's cool. I like it. But yeah, like hardcore religious like me, I wouldn't say, but she's getting there. Like she actually wants to learn like a lot, but she does put a lot of effort into it. Ever think about doing videos in Spanish to reach out to Hispanic in other countries? Yes and no. Yes, because like why not? Just like an experiment. But at the same time, no, because like the big population is just like the United States and Canada and like I think like India and like the Philippines, but it's not like Mexico or anything. But I guess I can just do like a video or 2 just to see if it's gonna change it up a little. But I don't know. Maybe. Why not? I'm probably gonna do it like once or twice. Do you drink energy drinks at work? I used to drink like one Monster, like 240 milligrams of caffeine. No, like 120, and then 240, and then I had to take like 2, or like 120 and 240. And I was like, nah, like I need like a caffeine break, because like no, it's gonna go on and it's gonna be bad. Then I'm gonna be there as a patient. How is the gym life going? Dude, it's not going well. And I used to go like 4 or 5 days a week, but then once I started like working shifts and everything and school, cut it down like to like 3 days and 4. But I'm trying to compensate it more with diets, like good diets and everything, and let's see how it's going. Like it's getting there, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much the end of the Q&A. Oh wait, I think there's one more here. Do you meditate? I think this was actually like this just came in like right now, because that's interesting. Do you meditate? No, I don't know if you consider prayer meditation, but if you do, then yes. But like actually just meditation, just like just close my eyes and not think of anything, no, I don't do that. But I heard like good things about it. Oh no, so I had like a slight headache, I don't know why. No, but I do pray, but I'm probably gonna try it. Why not? But I feel like if I do, I'm gonna like pass out and just sleep, so but yeah. Hey guys, so before this thing goes any further, after I did my video, I got 2 more messages here. So the last one was do you meditate? And then there's 2 more that came in. The first one is, how many hours of sleep did you get last night? So since I was recording this, I think it was on a Thursday when I was recording it, or a Wednesday, I don't remember. But the night before, I slept around like 7 hours and 20 minutes roughly. But as of today's Saturday, I slept around like 7 hours and a half, almost 8. But the night before, I slept like 10 hours. I'm not kidding. I went to sleep around like 11:30. Then I woke up like at 2 a.m. I went to the restroom and I felt like my throat was dry. I drank like 1 liter of water, like 2 water bottles of 500 mLs. I went to sleep again. I woke up at 8, and then I went to the bathroom, to the restroom, just to urinate, I guess. And then I came back and I slept again, and then I woke up until like 11:30. So yeah, that was like 10 hours overall, or like almost 12. But yeah, much needed rest. So yeah, now the other question, the last one is, really nice videos. How do you feel with the kind of lifestyle you have? Does the making of videos have ever stopped you from doing what you like? So first off, thank you so much for saying that my videos are nice. I appreciate that. How do you feel with the kind of lifestyle you have? I feel very blessed, and I think I already said in a previous question, I feel very blessed. I don't feel like I need, like, how can I say it? Like, I don't take it for granted at all, my lifestyle or anything. It's not always like sunshine and rainbows. Like, I know it might seem that I'm always living life and stuff, but from a sort of angle I am, but then there's other angles where it's not that bright. So there's always like light and dark, but I just tend to show a lot of my light of my lifestyle, which is a good thing, right? And I think like that's what a lot of people see whenever somebody else posts like YouTube videos. So don't think like it's always like sunshine and rainbows. But yeah, like I feel very blessed, very privileged, happy also. Overall, like I like it, and I don't really see myself doing something else for the moment. So that's why I'll say like I feel happy in a sense, but then I don't feel happy as being like super in a good mood all the time. You know what I mean? Like that feeling of happiness whenever you're surprised with something, like I don't feel like that. I just generally feel normal, which is my sense of being happy, because I'm not feeling sad. I don't know if it makes sense. And does the making of videos have ever stopped you from doing what you like? Well, I'm currently doing what I like. I don't feel that so far there's like any restriction regarding recording like YouTube videos in my personal life. You know, I'm not like the vlogger that vlogs all the time outdoors or anything, but I do want to do like a day in my life, or week in the life of a nurse, something like that. But I'm still thinking about it. But other than that, you know, like there hasn't been something that I had to censor or I didn't publish, or things that I'm not allowed to put because, like, you know, I don't know, like my videos are, I feel like they're very neutral, and I think like this video will be like the first one that would be like more towards more of how I think and stuff like that. But the videos that I've done so far about like NCLEX stuff, my tips, my ways of thinking and certain things of stress, you know, I don't feel like that's controversial or anything. So maybe like this is like the first video that can be categorized as like something else, that can be like, that can cause like diversity in my population. But it's a video I want to do, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So those are the 2 questions that were sent after I recorded this video. So I just wanted to put that out there and not make it seem like I forgot about you guys. And I'm sorry for not posting it here, but it was just like a rapid thing I wanted to do. So let's go on with the video. So that's pretty much it. So this came just in time, actually. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So if you guys found this video funny or useful in some ways to know me, then that's good. That's the purpose of this video. I hope I did not offend any of you guys, and if I did, then it is what it is, because it's my personality, I guess, just like being honest, I guess. But yeah, and you guys have like follow-up questions, like you can put it here in the comments, and I'm gonna answer. Why not? And yeah, so I wanted to do this video to like for you to get to know me a little bit more, and not just see like my camera self. Like I'm just being like honest, and I got like some pretty good questions here actually. Those were pretty solid. So yeah, you guys stick here until the end of this video. Thanks so much guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.